Namaste. Today I'm going to read Volume 2, Book 2, Rudra Samhita, Part 3, Chapter 18, description of the perturbation caused by karma in the Shiva Puran. Om Vakratramaka Sri Koti Sama. Maniam Tatsat. Brahma said, after going there, the haughty Kama, deluded by Shiva's magic power, stationed himself after first spreading the enchanting power of spring all around. The enchanting influence of spring spread everywhere around Osadi Prastha, the penance grove of Shiva, the Supreme Lord. O excellent sage, O great sage, the groves bloomed with special exuberance, O excellent sage, due to his power. The fragrant flowers of mango and ashoka trees shone heightening feelings of love. The water lilies, with bees hovering on them, proved to be the causes for the rise of love in the minds of everyone. The sweet cooings of the cuckoos heightened emotions of love. They were exquisite and pleasing to the mind. O sage, diverse sounds of the hummings of the bees rang sweet in the ears of everyone, heightening temptations of love. The bright light of the moon, scattered all round, appeared to be the emissary of lovers and their beloveds. At the time of Kaladipika, brilliant lamp, induced reticent, haughty persons to love. O good sir, the wind blew gently but distressed those who were separated from their beloveds. Thus the vast diffusion of spring caused the display of emotions of love. It was unbearable to the forest-dwelling sages. O sage, then even the insentient beings had the emotions of love. What about the state of sentient ones? Thus spring employed his unbearable power, heightening the love of all living beings. On seeing the untimely display of spring, Shiva the Lord, who had assumed a physical body, indulging in divine sports, thought it surprising. But he, the chief of the self-controlled and the remover of man's misery, continued his severe penance. When spring spread everywhere, Kama, accompanied by Rati, stood on his left side, with the arrow of mango blossom taken out and kept in readiness. Enchanting all people, he spread his influence. Who was not enchanted on seeing Kama in the company of Rati? Thus they initiated their dalliance, the sentiment of love too, accompanied by coquettish gestures and emotions, reached the vicinity of Shiva. Along with his attendants, Kama, usually stationed within the mind, manifested himself outside. But he could not find any vulnerable loophole in Shiva whereby he could enter him. When Kama did not secure any entry within the great yogin, he became deluded and frightened much through the magical power of Shiva. Who could gain access to Shiva in meditation? Who could fix an eye in his forehead that resembled fire with shooting blazing flames? In the meantime, Parvati came there along with her two maids and brought various kinds of flowers for Shiva's worship. Certainly, Parvati had a greater beauty than the most exquisite lady described by people on the earth. When she wore pretty flowers of the season, how could her beauty be described even in 100 years? No sooner did she enter within the proximity of Shiva that he came out of his meditation for a short while. Profiting by that opportune moment, Kama, by the means of his arrow, Harsana delighted the moon crest god, Shiva, who was nearby. O sage, in assistance to Kama, Parvati reached the place near Shiva with emotions of love and accompanied by spring. In order to make the trident-bearing Lord take interest in her, Kama drew his bow very carefully and discharged his flowery arrow on him. As was her usual practice, she approached Shiva, bowed to him, worshipped him, and stood in front of him, awaiting further instructions. Parvati was stared at by Lord Shiva while she was laying bare some of the limbs bashfully, as is natural to women in such circumstances. Remembering the boon granted to her by Brahma formerly, O sage, Lord Shiva began to describe her limbs joyfully. Shiva said, Is this your face, or the moon? Are these your eyes, or lotus petals? These two eyebrows are the bows of Kama, of noble soul. Is this your lower lip, or bimba fruit? Is this your nose, or the beak of a parrot? Do I hear your voice, or the cooing of the cuckoo? Is this your slender waist, or the sacrificial altar? How can her gait be described? How can her comely appearance be described? How can the flowers be described? How can the clothes be described? Whatever is graceful and sweet in the creation has been incorporated here. Indeed, all her limbs are exquisite in every respect. How blessed is this Parvati of mysteriously wonderful features. There is no other woman equal to her in beauty in the three worlds. She is a storehouse of the finest beauty. She has wondrous beautiful limbs. She is an enchantress of even sages. She increases great happiness. Brahma said, after describing her body again and again, recollecting the boon granted by Brahma, Shiva stopped. When Shiva put his hand within her garment and moved it, she, as is natural to women, bashfully withdrew and kept aloof. O sage, then Parvati smilingly laid bare some parts of her body and cast graceful glances at him with great pleasure. On seeing these movements and gestures, Shiva became fascinated. Lord Shiva, indulging in great divine sports, spoke these words, I feel great pleasure on merely seeing her. What pleasure shall I derive by embracing her? Thinking thus only for a moment, the enlightened Shiva became detached, honored Parvati and spoke, How wonderful and mysterious is the situation that has arisen. How is it that I have been deluded and fascinated? Though I am the Lord and Master, I have been perturbed by Kama. If I, the Master, were the yearn for the touch of a woman's limbs, what will not be done by other incompetent and insignificant creatures? Thus resuming detachment, Lord Shiva forbade her, sitting on the couch. How can there be a downfall for the great Lord Shiva? See if there's any footnotes. There are no footnotes in this chapter. Here ends today's reading of the Shiva Puran. Shambhu Meshanam Videam Kapura Kaudam Karanavratam Sansarasaram Pujakendrahatam Sadavasantam Ridara Vindepavam Bhavami Saitam Namami Om Namah Parvati Mate Samtrambaka Mejam Swashti Om Tuve Mata Chapitatme, Om Tuve Bandusha Chasakatme, Om Tuve Vidya Dravinang Tume, Om Tuve Sarvam, Om Adivadevam Shanti Shanti Om Hari Om Tat Sat.